What is up, guys? Welcome back to another first impressions video where we're going to be comparing Mezco Superman from the live action movie with the SHF Superman that was revealed a couple weeks ago. And not only that, but they are both at San Diego Comic Con. So I got to look at both of them and have side by side videos here for you guys with comparing the head sculpts, comparing the suits, comparing the bodies, the articulation, everything. We're going to go over everything. So by starting off this video, I just want to say that SHF Superman is going to be $100. Most Mezcos cost $100. Let me just tell you something right now. Mezco Nightwing costs $95. Mezco the Batman costs $95. Comes with way more accessories. Comes with a soft goods suit, sculpting, better paint, better details, better everything except for articulation. Do you understand? And this poor excuse of a head sculpt that SHF gave us is just horrendous. Okay? Horrendous. And that's not to say that the Mezco head sculpt looks like the actor. I feel like the Mezco head sculpt looks like a mix between a comic book head sculpt and the actor's face, if that makes sense. Because Mezco head sculpts are like really wide. I think they did a lot better with this one. But aside from them being really wide, they just have like this like texture or finish that makes them look very, very like comic bookish, if that makes sense. And you can see him right here next to the comic book Superman. So it's pretty cool that they had them side by side there. But I really like the soft goods on the suit. The textures look really good on the Mezco. And I'm not a big fan of this suit, but that's not the point. The point is that it looks good as a figure itself. And you see Crypto there with his wired cape, is what it looks like. SHF Superman does not come with Crypto. So we're starting off at $100 for SHF Superman. No Crypto, bad head sculpt. The body looks fine. Okay, body looks fine. I'm not even gonna say the body looks bad. I think the body looks fine. You know, SHF articulation is pretty good. I think the body looks fine. I don't think I have a problem with the body. I have a problem with what I just said. Yeah, it's definitely wired. So the SHF cape is at least wired, right? And I think the body is fine. I think it's fine. The head sculpt looks nothing like the actor. The head sculpt looks completely off. And in some images, it looks really shiny. In other images, it looks really poor. And I don't think it's a bad figure. I think it's okay. I think it's like average. Not below. It's like in the average. It's in the average. I'm going to say it's in the average. But when you give me a price point of $100, this figure is not worth it. This figure is absolutely not worth it. $100 figure that comes with 2 pairs of interchangeable hands and an extra head sculpt. Let's talk about this Mezco right here that's made domestically here. And it's probably going to be the same price point with soft goods, which require a lot more materials. It's more costly. That includes Crypto, a way better head sculpt, probably going to be loaded with accessories. However, I'm not going to completely bash on this SHF Superman again. I said it looks pretty decent for an SHF. I just don't think that $100 is worth it. Absolutely not. The SHF is going to release in January, at the end of January. You should expect it in February. This figure is actually available on Hobby Yankee right now, so I will leave the link of the SHF Superman. The Mezco is still pending and still pending license approval. So for the time being, of course, the Mezco's gonna have some dookie articulation, but nobody buys Mezcos for articulation, to be honest. So if you're looking for a really nicely detailed Superman with soft goods at the 112 scale, this Mezco is pretty nice. I have little to complain about just because I don't like the suit, so it's kind of a bias already. I can't really complain. I think just the head sculpt, nobody's really gotten the head sculpt right besides InArt. In my opinion, InArt has been the only one. Not even Hot Toys got the head sculpt right. Not even Hot Toys got the head sculpt right. And I will show you. I think my favorite has still got to be that InArt. That InArt is really, really. InArt is stepping up their game, and InArt is they're about to cook. They're about to cook. But that's all for this video. I'm sorry for bashing the SHF so much. If you like the SHF, no hate. Just saying, not worth that price. Even at the $58, I still believe this figure should probably be way cheaper than that. It's insane. This figure comes with the same amount of accessories as a Hasbro figure. I still think it's a solid figure, a solid release. But it just doesn't compare to that Mezco at all. If we want to bash Mezco, I'll bash them for putting that Nightwing San Diego Comic Con exclusive at $155. That's insane. They charge $55 more because it's a Comic Con exclusive when it's the exact same figure that hasn't even released yet in red. I'm referring to the Nightwing, but we're not going to get into that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions and this comparison between the Mezco and the SHF. The SHF is obviously going to have better articulation, and you're definitely going to get a lot of range out of this guy. The head sculpt is buns. The head sculpt isn't as accurate as I would like it to be on the Mezco, but it's not bad. It actually looks pretty decent. It just doesn't really look like the actor to me for some reason. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.